yeah, so like I said, I was gonna break down a couple more of these video books for you guys so that maybe you could get some use out of it. Hello. I couldn't find this actual book, and it's actually really good. Obviously, it's all about who you hire, how they lead. That's a really important book. I can't find it. I must have taken it to the pool. I hope I didn't leave it there. Anyway, so we're gonna skip that for now, even though this is the second book that I read, and I told you guys about the Checklist Manifesto in the other update video. But let's take a look at this one, because I thought that this one was pretty interesting. The Alliance. I thought this was pretty hey, this is my friend's last name. So I thought this was pretty interesting to make a note of, because for like, I feel like, I don't know, a third of this book is about modern businesses like PayPal and LinkedIn, and how those leaders did what they did and built the teams that they did and built the networks that they did. And I felt like this was talking to me on a scale of that, which I was like, that's not really me. I'm a very like, I just need to know how to handle like 4 people, seriously. Please help me with that. So for the beginning, like 3 chapters of this book, I kind of like checked in and out, and I didn't really pay attention. But then when I got to chapter 4, I believe, it had already been talking about these things called tours of duty, like in the military, right? When you do a tour. Oh, I did 4 tours in Afghanistan, that kind of thing, right? So they're tours meaning like they're specified times for this individual, having to do with a clear mission or goal or project. I was like, okay. So when I bought this book, I didn't necessarily, like, I kind of was in a very frustrated state, and I was just like, there's something wrong with me, there's something wrong with my leadership, buy some books on leadership. I was like, boom, 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 bought it. Okay, that's what happened. Book, I was like, why did I buy this again? So until I got to like the 4th chapter, I was seeing things tied together in terms of their heavy focus on these tours, and how a manager can create a tour for an employee so that they have a very clear and focused goal to reach as a part of your company. And in doing so, they elevate your company. Expectations are met on both sides. It's fair on both sides. You build up each other. Both, you know, employer and employee feel good about that relationship. And it's about building really good, solid relationships, from like your baker to the person that does your taxes, you know, having very long lasting, strong sort of alliances throughout your life, you know, so that you can thrive in the long run. And it's so important. And when I was growing up, like, I had no idea how to even talk to somebody. I had no idea how to even have a consistent, reliable friendship with somebody. Like, I didn't know how to do any of that. I was very socially retarded. And until, like, basically until my my current husband, did we really work on those type of interpersonal skills, because we kind of like had to. We felt like when we were together, we were like married already, even though it wouldn't be another 7 years until we actually got married. We really had to like push each other and find out, like, what does it mean to be a good partner? What does it mean to be a good friend, besides all of the lover stuff that you do? Like, what are we beside? Like, if you take away sex, if you take away all that stuff, like, what do you have? And we really, throughout the business, throughout college, throughout all of these struggles together, we have a really strong friendship. We have a really good relationship, you know. So I think that's really important to have when you're trying to build a business. Like, besides the glamorous parts of your relationship, what else do you have? Oh, I have a really good, clear, transparent relationship with my employees, with my staff, with my team members, yada yada. So that's what really this was about. And I thought it was so important to kind of dog ear this part, how tours actually work, how you should structure them, you know. So the first, how you should have the conversation, that was really insightful too. What else did I earmark in here? What's the overall objective, you know? And this is really helpful because for me, I've always heard Gary Vaynerchuk say, hire slowly, fire fast. So I do want to take that into account, that sort of philosophy where I'm going to take my sweet time. We've had probably more than 30 people apply to be second shooter for Bell's or one of our companies. And if I can get that one person, like, I think I'll be very happy. If I find the right person, if I find the right player, if I find an A player, yeah, I think we can make shit like just explode in a way that is manageable for us. And then if and when that works out, then I'll take it to the next step, you know. So I'm gonna really take my time in hiring the right person this time and not being too like settling so quickly, right? So how I'm going to do it in my business, okay, is I'm gonna have a tour of trial. So we do a trial test period, right? You can't just walk it up in here and I'll be like, okay, I'll pay you whatever. And then we're gonna have a trial of foundation where we kind of build foundation. That's gonna be for about a year. And then trial of establishment, it could be up to a year to like 3 years or something. And then we renegotiate after that. So it really gave me a nice clear outlook as how I was going to structure the hiring process, because obviously whoever I hire right now, they may or may not stick with us. So I need to create a system that is going to be reliable to go back to, that I could easily pinpoint where the problem was and then change it. And that way the next person comes in, it's a lot easier, it's a lot more stress-free, it's a lot more like, okay, cool, you did your tour of 1 year or 3 years with us and you're ready to go and step off to your new thing. We have that agreement. I'm ready to welcome anybody else who wants to come up in here and be an A player. That was super important. I think that's like, that clarity, I had no idea how to think of that. Like you know, I'm a person who never thought they were going to be an entrepreneur, who never thought they were going to work from home. That was just like a goal that I had after I saw that it was possible. But I never thought of it, you know, and I had no idea. I had no idea what I wanted to be when I was growing up. I was just like, I don't know, maybe I might get in a car accident because I have no idea what the hell I want to do and I'm not passionate about anything. But now I'm very passionate about this and learning how to be a better leader and a better manager for our companies. And so that we're not feeling like this and we can actually elevate ourselves. So I would check this out if indeed that kind of sounds like maybe problems that you are having, or issues that you're having, or maybe like some feelings of stuckness. I was feeling very stuck. That's a shitty feeling to have. I hate feeling stuck. I always want to know that I'm progressing, even if it's just like a smidge, even if it's just like that's how I like to live life. So if you feel stuck, you know, go out there and try to gather information, clam up. Don't talk to anybody if you don't have to, you know, like how I was. It's like, dude, I don't want to talk to anybody right now. I'm not in the place. I'm not in a place to give positive energy because I'm empty. I feel empty right now. I feel stuck. I feel half full. You know, I need to fill my cup with good information that's going to apply to me, that I can take action on. And I think that's what these books have been doing for me, and I hope that's what they can do for you. So The Alliance, check it out. I'll move on to the next book. It's going to be really good, called The E-Myth Revisited, and I have to give another shout out to Vince for recommending that. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I'll see you in the next video.